Before I get started with this story, I have to give a shout out to BGS Itmore for sending this to me. And he told me that this was going to be a juicy story and that I should cover it because he feels that I can cover it in a way that many others cannot. And after looking at this, I'm about to give y'all one heck of a show. So thank you, BGS, for sending me this story. This is coming out of Texas, as in trifling ass Texas, in the words of Lovely T, where you have this man by the name of Juan David Ortiz, who is a border patrol agent. Now, that's the irony of this whole thing. His name is Juan David Ortiz, and he fits the description to a T of who ICE would come and deport and send over the fence. Well, after these acts, these heinous acts that he's committed, I think someone needs to get ICE on the phone, because I think this guy needs to be sent back over the border. But anyway, this guy, Juan David Ortiz, who was a Border Patrol agent, has been arrested on suspicion of killing 4 women, and he abducted a 5th, but I don't think he killed her. So let's get into the story that's coming from the Los Angeles Times. It says a U.S. Border Patrol agent suspected of killing 4 women was arrested early Saturday after a 5th woman who had been abducted managed to escape from him and notify authorities, law enforcement officials said, describing the agent as a serial killer. Juan David Ortiz, an intelligence supervisor for the Border Patrol, fled from state troopers and was found hiding in a truck in a hotel parking lot in Laredo, Texas around 2 a.m. Saturday. Webb County Sheriff Martin Cuellar said at a news conference in the border city about 145 miles southwest of San Antonio. He said the investigators had very strong evidence that he is responsible for the deaths of the 4 women. He said all of the women worked as prostitutes. We do consider this to be a serial killer, Webb County District Attorney Isidro Alines said. In a statement, Andrew Meehan, Assistant Commissioner for Public Affairs for U.S. Customs and Border Protection, said his agency's Office of Professional Responsibility, the U.S. Border Patrol, and the Department of Homeland Security Office and the Inspector General are fully cooperating with all investigators. Our sincerest condolences go out to the victim's family and friends. While it is the CBP policy to not comment on the details of an ongoing investigation, criminal action by our employees is not and will not be tolerated. He referred questions about the investigation to authorities in Webb County and the Texas Department of Public Safety, whose Texas Rangers are also investigating. And I already have a bone to pick with them damn Texas Rangers with how they're dealing with that other case. A Texas Department of Public Safety sergeant did not return messages seeking comment on Saturday. Authorities didn't immediately disclose the victims' names or nationalities. The manner in which they were killed is similar in all the cases from the evidence, but both Alines and Cuellar declined to discuss the evidence or how the women were killed. Alines said investigators are still trying to determine the motive for the killings. Cuellar said investigators believe Ortiz acted alone. Alines said his office plans to charge Ortiz with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of aggravated kidnapping. Oh, his ass is done. He is grass. Send him back over to the border today. Authorities plan to provide another update on the investigation on Monday. He might as well hang it up. He is done. And like I said, the irony is that his name is Juan David Ortiz. He fits the description of who ICE is trying to deport. They are going to send him packing. They probably wouldn't give a damn if he was born here or not. He is done. In the eyes of society, he is exactly what 45 said and claimed to when he laid that stereotype on them. Remember when he said that they're nothing but rapists and murderers? This guy knocked out 2 in 1 stereotype. Because I'm almost certain if these women were prostitutes, he most likely had sex with them. He probably raped them and then he killed them. Now it said that he abducted a 5th person, which means he probably kidnapped the other 4. But the 5th one managed to escape and basically was the one that led to him being turned in. See, he used that border patrol thing as a form of power. That's why a lot of these cops nowadays can't be trusted. Remember Daniel Holtzclaw, aka Dirty Dick Danny, who used his power as a police officer to rape all those women? in Oklahoma. I think it was 13 of them. Like, he raped or, sexually assaulted them. And he got all those years behind bars because of it. Notice we don't hear about Dirty Dick Danny anymore. Like, we don't hear nothing about him. And that happened, like, what, 3, maybe 4 years ago? I still remember it. That was a sick man. And then he tried to say that he was, Pacific Islander. His colleagues threw him way under the bus. They said, nah, he never told us about his Pacific Islander roots. As long as we known him, he's always said he was a white guy. I wonder what he put down on his, census. Does he identify as white or Hispanic? Something tells me he probably identifies as white. But like I said, he tried to use his power as a Border Patrol agent to take advantage of these women, even though they were prostitutes. And he ended up killing them. He probably did something that they didn't want to do. He got mad and upset and he killed them. And he is a serial killer because they said in the article that the killings were literally almost identical with each other. So this man had not only a thirst to kill, but he had a pattern with how he did it. That is the makings of a serial killer. When you kill somebody in the same type of way and you do it on multiple occasions with like no shame, you are a serial killer. His face will be on a card one day. I'm almost certain of it. And they're going to make sure that he is. But yeah, like, this is one sick individual. And before y'all ask, like the article state, we don't know the nationalities, but I think I have an idea if it happened in a place called Laredo, Texas. I think we can pretty much rule out that most of the women that or all of the women that he killed probably look like him. Probably spoke a little Espanol. And that's probably what's going to come out eventually if they ever let the information be known. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say as it pertains to this case right here. This guy is, like I said, he is done. They are going to, wherever he goes, I have a feeling that they will find a way to lock him up. Because after all, he fits the description, quote unquote. That's what 45 said. Rapists and murderers. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to the article as well as the contact information will be in the description. And the links to the shirts will be pinned down below in the comments. I'll talk to you in the next one.